the income was like 4 times as the average we have in January.
Something that unblockable.
Bullshitting doesn't help to solve that problem.
First to the end,
Yeah.
Everything else is it's muda, as in Toyota said. We put lots of energy here, and the conversion was less than 1%. Hi, George.
Hi, Filip.
Couldn't you represent yourself and also your brands?
Yeah, of course. My name is George. I'm the CEO and founder of web-server.hu. That's a Hungarian web hosting business. We provide shared hosting, emails and domains to the Hungarian market. And I'm also the CEO and co-founder of Bitninja, which provides cybersecurity for shared hosting companies.
Or maybe, do you have some specifics for in Hungary for domains or for hosting that is specific for that market, or it should be similar as everybody else?
Yeah, well, I guess shared hosting is similar in most of the world. At least that's what I see in conferences. In Hungary, we have a population of like 10 million people, and there are about 1 million domain names served here. My company was started like almost 20 years ago. I started it from the university, from my student loan. Yeah, that's an interesting story that I use my personal PC as my first server.
And what about domain extensions? As we see in ratings, your local extension is #1, yeah?
Yeah. So .hu, the Hungarian domain, is the most popular in Hungary, and we have a smaller amount of international domain names registered. So usually local businesses, SMBs, are using the Hungarian .hu extension.
In Budapest, it's our next trip to Budapest, yes. And if you just see your statistics, how many people buy domains in one account? Just there's regular customer. How many domains he has? Like?
Yeah, well, there's a big variety. So there are customers who just have one main domain and use that for their website, and there are also others who strategically buy the different domain extension, so the different domains for the same trademark, just to protect their brands. And there are also a couple customers who buy domains just to sell them later on. So I don't think giving an average number would answer this question. There are different type of customers.
And about support, so people require 24/7 support, and it should be only in local language, yeah?
Well, yeah, we only provide Hungarian support, and that's the only one required. So we rarely have requests for English support. And we doesn't provide 24/7 support, just for the working hours.
For Bitninja as well, or only for this?
Yes, so for Bitninja it's a bit different, because for Bitninja we provide international service, so the requirements are much higher, and we provide support for the whole day. Because we need to provide the support for different time zones.
US,
and
Japan.
That's why,
And for us, we made tests. So we will test with 24/7 support. So we just we have big expenses, fast response time, but still no bigger sales.
Yeah, and actually there's. Even with Bitninja, there's a couple hours that we don't have shifts, because there were too small amount of requests. So like 3 tickets in a month, and it doesn't make sense to keep the stuff.
And this 24/7 support is very tricky, because as I see our biggest competitors, they have very nice support 24/7, but the regular answer is several days.
Yeah.
So in our company, I think in one company 3 hours, in another company be 6 hours. But still, if you in 6 hours close the ticket, it's still better than average, because in industry everybody talking about we have 24/7, but in real life you get answer in several days.
Yeah, and it also depends. The response time, the first response time is quite important, but frankly you can automate it in many ways to tell the customer that all right, we have received your request and the ticket is started to get solved.
We did the study. We did the study. It doesn't work. So if you have automatics that we get your ticket, it's possibly if customer understands that it's robot, it's okay. But some of our girls start doing to manage KPIs and to make faster response. They start answering ticket. Oh, we understood your problem. We will solve it in several hours, in one day. And then so KPIs goes better. It's better response.
Mm-hmm.
But and then we decided to not provide these answers, only provide logical answers, and customers start be more satisfied.
Mm-hmm.
They said, "Oh, finally they provide good support." So because customers do not like these automatic things, so
bullshitting doesn't help to solve that problem. But at the same time, having some feedback about receiving the request and then updates on how the status was changed, I think it is quite useful and it works, because there are cases when you cannot solve a case with just one reply. So it is also important to measure the whole solution time for the request.
For us I think yes, from the first to the end. Everything else is it's muda, as in Toyota said. Things that waste energy. And about payment gateways, you have your local payment gateway, so people mostly use PayPal and bank transfers.
Yeah, so for the hosting business, we use a local bank's gateway, because that's what people get used. And frankly saying, when we first introduced the bank or credit card payment, that time Stripe and Braintree was not that well known, at least for us. So it was like 15 years ago. So we've made the integration and we are still happy with it, because you can.
So Braintree is quite good,
For Bitninja we use Braintree. Stripe would have been a bit better, but that time when we made the integration, it was not available in our country, so we couldn't introduce
but
that
for
one. And we also have PayPal integration for Bitninja.
And for local company, for web hosting company.
For the web hosting company. We also send out emails about wire transferring the amount, and also checks. So it's very.
So bank transfers, it's checks, but in automatic sales process, what people use.
Yeah, so
cards, PayPal,
cards mostly. So
cards.
There is like 20% PayPal, transfers.
In our country we have several systems, but still, in our local country we prefer the payment with credit cards, because they are recurrent. With bank transfers, you're able to do recurrent payments.
Yeah, well, when I started the hosting business, it was not that usual to do recurring charging with credit cards. So that's why our system was implemented in a way that we send out a request to pay for the customer via email and also with regular mail. And so the customers pay, and we do this before the yearly cycle. So like 1 month before the yearly cycle, so they can pay it in time.
Okay, it's just in our case, PayPal works very well. Stripe is really best in card payments. Really, not I don't talking about rates, but about successful rates and about solving cases. So Stripe is really good, and we also use Paysera. Paysera is very nice aggregator, very good service, and they have some minuses, but they have lots of integrations. We try to use, you said Braintree, and was other one was?
Yeah, it was Braintree, and the local bank.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't remember it was Braintree or other one. They have about 200 like payment gateways. We connect one of them and we get no results with that, and still we have problems. So when customer have two choice to pay, like card or PayPal, it's easy, but we have 20 others, it's not good. But for some local countries, there are some, like in Lithuania, we have like this bank link system. When a customer go to the system and redirect to several banks, pay and come back, something like that. So like aggregator of local banks. So this system really save lots of time for customer, of course, but it's for local markets. For global, for us is Stripe, PayPal, and Paysera.
Yeah. And just to have a question, do you considering accepting crypto?
Customers talking about that, but it's less than 1%. I just maybe thinking about in the long term we will do it because it's something that unblockable. So when your for example Bitninja is Cyprus or Hungary. Bitninja is located in which?
Well, yeah. So for Bitninja, the main company is in the US.
US. Okay.
Yeah, in
here in Hungary, because
this is a subsidiary of.
Yeah, because it's maybe not a very important question, but as you work in country, you have legal laws that also can affect you.
Oh yeah.
And once you have bank accounts outside the country, in some small cases it's very stable, because if some errors in law system happens, they can just block your bank accounts. And in that case, if you have like 20 bank accounts, like in crypto in US everywhere, so you are like,
it's hard to
it's hard to do something bad for you, so you're always prepared. Sometimes we just in our company one time was blocked like amount of money with six digits, and we ever know about that for several months. So we just was money on accounts, they were blocked, we just never know. but if it was crypto or like bank accounts that they were able to get, we can just don't ever feel any stress about that. Yeah. And about website builder popularity, is it growing in Hungary, or still people prefer traditional hosting?
Yeah, so I think it is growing actually, but to be frank, I don't have that much information on this field.
Also, site builders is also killers of Bitninja, because WordPress is your friend, because WordPress needs security, WordPress needs Plesko, cPanel, WordPress needs like double CMS. Like when WordPress also whole infrastructure, but when website builder comes, you can only send to the cloud provider your security, but for end customer it's not so. You
don't have a
maybe you can do like front-end security, like from the scripts, informing like something like it could be
proxying.
Like should be you can have some additional problems, not from the like backend.
But from then on, so if you use a SaaS provider for the website, then security is of course on the SaaS provider, because when you have a shared hosting account, then you are responsible for what you are uploading there and what security measures you do. But from the point that you are just paying for a service, then of course it's the provider.
But with hosting the same. I pay for the service, but my website was cracked, so web hosting is guilt.
Kind of, there's some true in it, and like 6-7 years ago we had a lot of problems with those hacked websites, and and spam and phishing and so on. And that's why we started an internal development, and actually that's how Bitninja was born.
But by the way, I was in Romania, and I have meeting with leading hosting or one of the leading hosting company. They're like about 10 people and 3 founders, and they're really very satisfied with results. They grow very slow, very slow, and they were not interested in website builder. And then we start talking about import and about that they can reduce the quality or reduce the numbers of tickets, and they were very interested just because they have many WordPress websites and they have periodic attacks. Maybe also I can provide their contacts for you as well.
Yeah, that would be great. I think that's our area.
Yeah, and so they were lucky to migrate to website builder just to eliminate all these things. But of course there are many old users that you just forbidden to eliminate. So you take money from them. So have you heard about our feature website import, or do you use it?
Yeah, well, I heard about it. I personally haven't tried it yet, but I know a customer who used it and was satisfied with the results. So I think it's a good feature.
Yeah. By the way, we now really do lots of marketing with that, but for specific audiences really need migration every day. So sometimes what is like for us, it's good to know that once you have good feature and you do not market, some people still can find you and start marketing. Like not marketing, he talking about feature, he need views, he's a blogger, he need views, he start talking about our feature, and so other bloggers see, oh, this guy is talking about this feature, it should be good feature, they start talking about that. And so many bloggers start talking about that. You don't ever pay or communicate with them, they're just talking about your feature. So I say to teams that if you really develop good feature, somebody can so not just that good product, but maybe in some specific areas, if you have some very specific things that solve audience problems, it could be.
Yeah, but the opposite is also true, that sometimes we have a feature that we create, and there are customers who doesn't know about it, that it exists. So I believe sometimes you need to repeat that you have those features and kind of advertise and marketing the original or legacy for us, features.
We always try to advertise. We provide feature, and for developers, for everybody, it's big pleasure to see how people use the feature, and so developers put their energy, everybody work hard, product owners, and nobody use it, and like, oh my god, and like we can pay you, just use our feature. And by the way, yesterday listening to many Yandex videos, maybe 12 videos with 1 hour, something like that. So while driving, and by the way, it's trend that product owner is not a person, but product owner is a team. So the idea is that in a team, I yesterday heard about a guy who works in Yandex. He managed three developer teams, and he's one product owner. And he said, I'm not product owner, I'm just like coach, because they're product owners. They're not specific guys, but they're taking responsibility of the product. So they build a feature that doesn't work. All developers are involved. What happened? What the fuck is going on? And he unable to check all metrics because he just see some green or red lights, but he unable to solve the problem because he has 3 teams. And the idea is that team is responsible for solving this, and team is responsible, not developer. I am writing code. Don't touch me with marketing, okay?
So leave me alone with customers.
But now it's mixed teams and people really involved in this.
Yeah, I think it's very important that the developers are to get involved with the product, and to know it well, and to understand the features they are developing.
Can you maybe share your biggest fail in your company that you made, for example, like biggest fails that you really learned a lot, so people can learn from this fail, if you can share it?
Yeah, of course. Like 8 or 9 years ago, I always like to innovate, and at that time I only had a web-server.hu, and I was trying to create a new service, and I wanted to solve the problem of uptime. So I wanted to achieve somehow 100% uptime. And at that time, Docker and the surrounding services was not present. So what I try to do is creating virtual hosts, virtual servers, and hosting the same content on all of the servers. And each website would have 3 copies of the same content. Of course, the biggest issue was with this is storage. How you can have a shared storage that can handle the requests and you know, be kind of a distributed storage solution. And well, we couldn't solve it in a software way, so we bought a hardware storage device, and after like 1 year of providing the service and you know, advertising that we can provide 100% uptime with it. One day the storage system went offline, and no one know how to manage that box actually. So we were working on and learning that for 2 days, day and night, and of course it was a big failure, because we caused a lot of downtime with this you know, system design failure, basically.
Yeah, in one of our companies we have a big fail. We have leading programmer, and it was like our god. He managed everything. You need to manage feature, you need to manage backlog with him. He's like main one. He's a god, and no feature without him. So he can check how much time we want, and later we change them, and we find new god, you know, and also leading programmer, and then just, you know, it's very difficult to find leading guy, and he need to learn code very fast, be like strategically thinking like in the code, like understand what's beautiful, what next problems will come, and blah blah blah. And then we also need to to fire him. He just came away, and we just think what we will do, and we just have 2 teams. In one team we have no leadings, like all guys are seniors, and no leading programmer. And another team we have also always leading programmer, and we understood that making a leading programmer, it stimulates them to work like that, like gods, because they are most important. And once we eliminate them, all processes in company start going faster, because also the same scheme that you saw in your room, like all people need to work directly with each one, and we have less with one warrior, like with one very good senior, and still our processes are go much faster, because just because we have no gods who need to prove everything. And really it's really less people.
You kind of distributed the responsibility in the team.
Yeah, it's for example, we have like GDPR, and our data is really sensitive, really very sensitive data. And still, for us it was like terrible how we can distribute to guys who we don't ever see. They're not in our country ever. How they can make put something on not on the stage but in production. And then they call, by the way, to my friend. He's in a big company, and the company on the stock, it cost 1.4 billion euros. And I asked them, hi guy, like how you do trainings and how many leading they have no leading programmers, and that's how we do updates. They said we just hire good people, and in 2 days they can drop database, yes, and they can do deploy by themselves, yes, in 2 days, maybe 2-3 days, yes. and I think like something was wrong, and like, and maybe can you also share one life hack for marketing that you learn in your one company or other company that really works for you well, or maybe was most successful? It could be old feature or something, but that really worked for you very well.
Yeah, well, this marketing hack is not related to these two companies, but to the company of my parents. They have a optician shop here in Debrecen, and well, we wanted to boost the incoming customers number. Of course, that's something that every shop is looking for. How we can get new customers. As that company is like 25 years old, there are like 6,000 customers who already bought glasses there. And we wanted to somehow generate new customers from or somehow with the current ones. So we've sent out a regular mail to all of our current customers with kind of special coupons that had a value on it. So it was like 10,000 forints, and you can use this coupon or give it to a loved one, or give it to anyone. And we launched this campaign in the Christmas time. So it was a very, very successful campaign because the number of new customers and of course the income was like 4 times as the average we have in January. So that was a kind of a cool campaign.
We have several like tricks that have no logic, but one we just send a subscription newsletter that should work, and nobody answers. Just what's happening? Maybe, and we just repeat the same newsletter to people, and they start answering. So it's like was shock for us, but still we use this strategy. So if you send the same email second time, like after 1 week, something people start answering. I don't know why, how it works. Yeah, one more thing is we also use small MVPs, but in December when our business has it's like good time for that, a good time for advertisement. And we really bought many newspapers, videos, like we really buy lots of ads with A/B testings, with different UTMs, with different messages, with different, like we really spend lots of time preparing. We put lots of energy here, and the conversion was less than 1%. And we believe, and this was very good time, and we were focused. We think that if its ROI is at least 30%, it will be maybe 50%, but we dream about 300%. It was very stupid, but okay. And they were a very good sales process, and then we returned our own method that is really nice. Just call to the key influencers, and we do it 2 steps, like 1 step. We call to the key influencer, said, what kind of product do you use? Not the product we need. We don't like to work with you. So the people call to all influencers and asking about the product. In 1 month, as a call center called them, hey guys, do you need a presentation with that product? Said yes. And now we have self-cost to organize meeting. It's less than €5 to organize private meetings. So we just were shocked. Like in one case we have registration cost more than €1,000, not paid customer registration. In other case we get meeting with specific audience that cost less than €5.
Do you think, by the way, that trick would work in the shared hosting industry as well?
So we tried to write to guys, we do have website builder now. Okay, but we need maybe we spend our own energy for that.
Maybe for our case.
Yeah.
So these tickets will land at a ticketing system in a bigger support team. So it won't get to the decision maker this way.
No. By the way, in CloudFest, we also have some key customers that we would like to meet and to become our key customers. And our guys go to the support and do you have site builders? They said no. In 2 days, I meet them in the CloudFest event, and the company is like more than 100,000 domains, so it's not small companies. And the owners usually read these tickets, so they work with exceptions. So owners do not need to work with successful cases. No need. So and they say, "Oh yeah, our support talk about that somebody needs website builder." Can you imagine? One ticket can go to the owner. So it's, of course,
all right. It might work.
And what is the stupid thing is that in small companies, this question disappears.
Really?
But in bigger companies, not like GoDaddy, but like in the bigger companies, there are some relation between the owners and the support team.
Probably that there are systems in place to get this filtered information.
As a good system could be like that. They have all for queues, and if they don't have for queues, the question go up. And possibly they no for queue. We need to write for queue, and then they ask to the product owner, should we write for queue that we don't have website builder? Should be, maybe he asked for the CEO, and because the answer was fuck you, then possibly in that way it comes. But
that's nice.
Yeah, idea. But it's not like very perfect. But in some areas it works incredibly. Yeah.
Yes.
And by the way, when I talked to the partners, I said the best way to sell your product if all my customers ask for that. But of course. The best way to make customer want your product, of course, it's.
That is, all you need is thirsty people when you are selling beer.
Yeah. Thank you, George.
Thank you so much.